And the little subheading under percent is writing fractions and decimals as percents. Making fractions and decimals percents. And the key to this, with the fraction part of it anyway, okay, with the fraction part of it, is that you need to remember that percent means out of 100. Okay, so here's the gist with fractions. If you're doing fractions, you could only hope that your fraction is already over 100. For example, 7 over 100. That's a beautiful thing in your world because that is 7 out of 100, which means its percent is 7%, because that's what percent means out of 100. But if it's not over 100 right now, what if it was 3 over 50? That's not over 100, but you should be able to figure out what that would be because you can make it over 100 by doing what, Abram? Doubling it. This becomes 100. This becomes 6. So your percent is 6% because it's 6 out of 100. Or let's say it was 11/25. 11/25. What would you do to 25 to make it 100? Wait.
Multiply by 4.
Multiply both top and bottom by 4, and you end up with 44 100ths, which is 44%. Okay. They won't, I mean, what do you do if it's 1/8? Don't worry about it because they're not going to give you those hard ones yet. But eventually we'll get to that. But right now you got to know that. You know, maybe 1/5. What is 1/5 as a percent? You shot 1 out of 5 from the free throw line. What percentage are you shooting? That one? What?
What?
Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Brand?
Wouldn't it be 20 out of 100?
It would be 20 out of 100, which is what percent? 20%. Ms. Lopez?
Mr. Hahn, I'm reminding you of your Republican women's,
We're all over it.
that'd be a good assignment for tomorrow.
Well, they're, yeah, they got,
Okay.
we're,
Because, you know, see, I
we
put
may
it
be
in,
finishing up.
I put it in my thing to keep.
I got it. We've been working on it for a couple days, so we should be good.
You
It
know,
doesn't,
that's when
interestingly
they
enough,
actually
on the one sheet it says through March 6th, and then on the other one it says up to March 10th, so I don't know for sure what was.
Well, I think we have it in with Jerry.
Well, that's what I said. I told the kids it'd probably be due on the
They
7th.
should be postmarked no later than March 10th.
I know, but look on the other part, it says.
I know it said March,
Right, they should be written some other through March, whatever.
and I think we don't need to mail, we'll just take it down.
Yeah, I'll put it there.
All right,
Now, decimals to percent should be very easy for you because decimals are already in tens and hundreds, so it's really simple. For example, if it's 0.6 and you're changing that to a percent, you know that 0.6 is 6/10, and you know that 6/10 is how many hundredths? 61 hundredths, so you know that 6/10 is 60%. Or even if it was 0.73. 0.73 as a decimal or as a fraction is 73 100ths. So what percent is it?
73%.
73%. Or what about this? 0.02. 0.02 is what as a fraction? I don't know.
150. Well, 200. 200.
Alright, why would I change it to 50s if I'm looking for hundreds to percents anyways,
Oh, yeah.
right? I understand where you're going with that, but it's 2%. Now, is there an easier way to think about decimals rather than thinking about that fraction thing? Because if you look, this started out being 0.6 and ended up being 60%. This started out being 0.73, ended up being 73%. This started being 0.02 and ended up being 2%. Is there a rule with decimals that really doesn't even involve fractions to change from a decimal to a percent? Yes, there is. Thanks for asking. Abram thinks it is.
When it's lower than the hundredths in the decimal, you just keep that number and turn it to a percent. But when it's lower than, when it's in the tenths position, you just times it by 10.
Alright, I think we could say that. I think there's an easier way to phrase it. How's that? Brand?
After how many numbers after the decimal you add, as, like, for 0.6, if you add 1 0 to it, it would be 50%.
Sure, but if I have 0.75, I don't add a 0 to that to make it 750%.
If it's, because it's 1 point after decimal, so you add 1.
An easier way to say all this, because I think you're all on the somewhat right path, just finding the hardest way possible to explain it. Wait.
There has to be 2 places after the decimal.
Well, yes, but the best way probably to say it is this. To change decimal to percent, you just move the decimal 2 places right. Because that's what we actually did. It started out being 0.6, I moved it 2 places right, so I had it at a 0. It started out being 0.73, 2 places right, made it 73. It started out being 0.02, 2 places right, made it 2%. So if you had 0.15 as a percent, that is, move the decimal 2 places right, 15%. If I had 0.09, what percent is that?
9%.
9%. That's probably a simpler rule for it, that